Hey guys, how's it going? It is Julio the Roadside Genius, and today I wanted to make a quick video kind of giving you a little bit of a background history on myself and background on the company. It kind of goes hand in hand, but I'm doing that so that you guys get a good idea of who you're talking to if we're ever getting on the phone to discuss anything. I do talk to a lot of folks, and it seems like with most people, I'm having a conversation about myself, kind of just letting them know what I've been through and what I know so that they trust me a little bit better. So without further ado, I'll get into a little bit about what is it that drove me to start this roadside assistance company along with this marketing agency, right? So 2022 today, backtrack 6 years ago, puts you down at 2016. In 2016, I was graduating college of University of Southern Indiana, and I had just got a degree in accounting and professional services. Um, I always was a geek with numbers. I enjoyed problem solving at school, and I felt great whenever I figured out a complex problem. And that's why I got into accounting and professional services, because I thought I would be solving complex problems. But when I got into the field, I quickly realized that the problems in the field are already simplified, dumbed down to the point that a freaking donkey could do them. So my work was very boring, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't feel fulfilled at the end of the day, and I found myself waiting to leave work on lunch break. So I literally didn't have enough workload, and the work that they gave me, I just flew through it. I don't know if it was just I was just high-paced person or whatever, but I didn't enjoy that. Not to mention, I looked at my superiors, and those guys would get there before me, leave after me, obviously make 3 times as much as me, but that's not the life I wanted, right? I wanted freedom, not a place to go, not a place to go live my life. You know, I have a house for that. So that's why I decided that I was going to go look for other things to do. And that's when I found an opportunity learning how to do marketing for people. So I spent some money on some videos, paid some courses, learned a few things here and there. And then I built the confidence to call one of my friends who I knew had a roadside assistance business. They were located in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was like, hey, I learned this new skill, and I think that I can help you grow your business. Give me a shot for a month. If it works out, we'll go from there. Sure thing, it worked out. He referred me somebody else, and I built a website, started doing Facebook stuff on YouTube. But before then, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Before then, right, I had just now figured out how to do their businesses, and I was still at my job. Well, I was getting more and more clients, and I found myself busy with my I found myself busy for my side gig at my daytime job. And I felt that I wasn't doing them justice and I wasn't doing myself a favor, so I quit. After I quit, I had found somebody local in the city of Evansville who wanted to start a business, and we were both looking into purchasing the Mr. Quick Pick license. If you don't know anything about Mr. Quick Pick licensing, it's just a license for the name. They give you a couple list of motor clubs, and they tell you what tools you're going to need. So it's kind of like they get you in the game, but then you kind of got to figure it out. So that's what we did. We paid the licensing to get in with Mr. Quick Pick. He sent us all the stuff that we needed to sign up with the clubs. And then the guy that I got partnered with, he was he had been in the business for a long time. So he knew all that side of things, and I knew the marketing side. So we thought, hey, you bring this to the table, I'll bring this to the table. We'll split the profits. And that's what we did. Maybe 6 or 7 months after opening my first Evansville location, I decided that if I could do it in Evansville, I can do it anywhere. So I took it upon myself. I got in my Chevy Cobalt. I got my sockets, my jump box, my lockout kit, and my air compressor. And I came to Indianapolis and opened another one. It took me about a week and a half of being here to make around $7,000, just working every day. But I mean, it was, you know, when you first start a business, you're really hungry. So I was hungry. I mean, I was cranking out 10, 12 calls a day, answering all the phone calls by myself, billing the customers myself, going to the locations myself. It was $800 a day. That's what I would go home and sleep to. I would go home and be like, yeah, I just made 800. But I would wake up at 6 a.m., work all day, you know, fit in food whenever I could, and then my advertising stopped at midnight. So I would have from midnight to 6 to get my sleep, my dinner, my everything in. And then I didn't even set an alarm. At 6 a.m. the next day, my phone would just automatically start ringing. I'd get up answering my first call and out the door. And I did that for about a week and a half. And I realized that, okay, there's a big opportunity in Indianapolis. So I moved up here, right? A year after being here, or maybe about 6 or 7 months after being here, I'm like, yo, Louisville's right over there, just 2 hours away. So I was like, all right, let me go to Louisville. So I opened up another one in Louisville, and it's doing its thing. And then I was like, man, it's that easy to open up these roadside assistance companies. So let me see if I can do one in a big city like Atlanta, Georgia. And at that time, I had just purchased another mobile tire truck, because at that time I had already had like my mobile tire trucks. So I purchased another one, got it ready, and sent it to Atlanta, Georgia, with another buddy of mine who wanted to start a business. And I just now went and picked that truck back up, but the business is still operating. So the truck was just there to like kind of help the business take off, and it did its purpose. And now I have 4 roadside assistance businesses, and of course, I do the marketing stuff because everybody's wanting to know how are you doing this? You know, I've met quite a few people along my journey, and even people who should have been way past me are wondering, what are you doing differently? And the only thing that I'm doing different, as opposed to everybody else in the world or everybody else out there, is I'm investing heavily into marketing, right? Even right now, even today, I spend maybe about five to $7 grand a month on strict advertising. I can tell you, I bet I can look it up right now. If I go look at my statements for the last 30 days, I'm at like 30,000 or so in revenue, but it takes maybe 25,000 in expenses to generate that, right? After you pay a driver, after you pay for fuel, you pay for this, you pay for that. So don't get it twisted, right? I'm not rich in any way, shape, or form. But I know how to start a roadside assistance business, and I've helped hundreds of people start their own. And if you're interested in getting some help starting your own roadside assistance business and are not sure where to go in terms of what tools you need or whether or not you should be contracting with motor clubs, I've been there, done that, and I can tell you exactly what to do that'll probably give you the best chances of success. So that is a little bit about me, guys. That is a little bit about Roadside Genius. Just a quick recap again. I was an accountant before I started doing this. I left my accounting job because I hated it. Started a roadside assistance company because I learned how to do marketing. Then jumped up and did it in Indianapolis because I felt like it was an opportunity. Worked out fine. Did it in Louisville, Kentucky. Worked out fine. Did it in Atlanta, Georgia. Worked out fine. And now I'm wanting to go to Houston or Dallas and do it there. And I'm sure it's going to work out fine. But that's my journey, guys. That's what I've been doing. And if you continue to see me growing, I'm going to be doing this exact same thing again in another area, right? And it's with the services that Roadside Genius Marketing offers that allows me to do